Welcome to Top of the World News. I'm Jim Lynch. Please like and subscribe. Please follow me on all forms of social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. The Backstage page is up. We're still trying to get the screenplay optioned out. Hopefully that happens soon. So let's get on to this week's topic. And I'm going to touch on a couple of things. You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm actually going to touch on a couple of things that we've touched on before in this forum, but, you know, a little bit of a different spin. You know, as often happens, you know, life gets in the way. Yesterday I cleaned my son's room. It was an absolute disaster. I won't go into detail with you guys about some of the stuff that I found, but let's just say that it's probably the worst I've ever seen. If you're a regular consumer of this blog, you know that my youngest son is autistic and ADHD. And because of that, sometimes getting him to focus on things that he doesn't want to do is not always the easiest. When I told him we were going to be cleaning his room, he literally cried and hemmed and hawed that he didn't want to do it. And he went into his closet to cry and to deal with his feelings. I said nothing. I could have screamed and yelled and made him do it, but he was already crying and upset, so I didn't think engaging in a confrontation with him was necessarily going to be the best course of action. I just left him alone. I figured when he was calmed down and all cried out, he would eventually come over and help me. Well, this went on for quite a while. And with each passing minute, I got a little bit madder. He even fell asleep in there. I still said nothing and focused on the task at hand. And then I had an epiphany. Because my son is autistic and has ADHD, he has a desire to do good, to please, to do more than is typically seen in kids his age. It is a trait that is common among kids with his issues. When he doesn't do well or thinks he's disappointed, he becomes introverted, almost reclusive. He's going silent. He doesn't make eye contact. When asked a question that demands an answer, he mumbles. And he can actually physically hide until he thinks things have blown over, or I guess it's an out of sight, out of mind type of situation. Well, this is what I think went on from there. My son didn't go into the closet to avoid cleaning his room as much as he was ashamed because he thinks he disappointed me. So my initial thoughts on the matter, I think, were incorrect. Based on my son's issues, I did what I tell all people who watch me in this forum not to do. I jumped to judgment. I jumped to judgment of someone who has a disability and in a lot of ways can't help his actions. Happens all the time, right? Well, I should have known better. What I was correct about is that my son eventually did come out and help me. What I did finally say to him was that you do have issues. You have ADHD, you're autistic, you have anxiety, but outside of this house, no one cares. You're still going to be expected to achieve, to do your schoolwork, to do your chores, to go to practice. You need to find a way to get things done, as all who are disabled have to. Life craps on all of us. But we must continue to move forward, and that can't be something that gets forgotten. Well, that's all for this week. Hope this tip puts you guys on top of the world too, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of the day.